Hey, hello to everybody. Good afternoon. It's Daryl here. It's coming up on 3 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast here Wednesday. I usually don't make my videos now. I'm usually busy doing my work painting. I've been particularly sidetracked today, looking up and reading different articles. One of the ones I was going over was I was reviewing Trump's pick for his council to reopen America. I can't believe this is the same guy who was chanting, who had all his followers chanting, "Drain the swamp." The people, I'm not even gonna. I didn't even bother memorizing. They're all Trump sycophants and people that are tied to his resorts. Steve Mnuchin, I believe, is on there. The two that I really have a problem with is his daughter Ivanka and his son-in-law Jared. These are two people that he picked to put on the council to reopen America. Two people picked to judge when a virus, the biggest pandemic, the biggest health crisis probably this country has ever faced. And did he pick people, scientists? Did he pick doctors? Did he pick people with PhDs? People with experience? People in the military? No, he picked his daughter and his son-in-law, who have no experience at all in anything besides for selling their trademark garbage. I was so I got today's one of those days when I got so angry. Yeah, so this is who he's picking to. Basically, it's a team of people that will say yes and open up the country whenever he says. They're people that will agree with him. That's it. There's no. In other words, it's a phony. I was going to use the word fake, but I despise that word now. It's a make-believe council. There's no validity to it. There's no scientists. There's no doctors. I mean, I would figure that you'd want doctors and scientists that would judge, or statisticians that people that would know specifically the trends of the virus, what we should worry about, what we shouldn't worry about. So take, for instance, when we do go back to work, I imagine there probably is gonna be. I'm just guessing, but there'll probably be ups and downs. There already has been. I'm talking about in the graphs. It would really be helpful if we had statisticians, people familiar with this kind of thing, with epidemics, plagues, viruses, healthcare professionals, doctors. It would really be so much more helpful to know what we're dealing with. This way we could judge if it's something that would be expected, a slight rise, or is it something to worry about? If we say we open up the country and we all go back to work and there's a small rise, how do we know? I mean, that could be the beginning of a nightmare scenario where we get a second wave bigger than the first, or it could be something that's expected. We have no way of knowing. And don't tell me Jared and Ivanka know any of this, or Steve Mnuchin. Like I said, I didn't even bother memorizing the other four men on this council. What's the point? They're all just Trump cronies, sycophants, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so I want to move on to the next thing I want to talk about. It's these two things that got me so upset today that I couldn't even concentrate. Sometimes I get so angry. I'm not kidding around about this. I get so angry that I cannot do my work, that I can't paint. I can't keep my mind. I need to kind of get in a meditative state, seriously, when I'm doing these details and stuff. And so if I get upset or angry enough, my hand will start shaking, and I cannot paint when my hand is shaking. And I'm not even kidding. It sounds like bullshit, but I sometimes I can't do my work. So I spent the day investigating this stuff. Now, the second thing I want to talk about was Attorney Barr, the Attorney General Barr, threatening to sue the governors of some of the 50 states. I didn't see exactly which ones he's threatening to sue. I assume probably Michigan, Virginia, the Democrats, of course, the Democrats, for the governors protecting the public. We here in Connecticut are taking a big hit from this. We think we just crossed 20,000 cases. We're about 10th on the list of cases. We're above Texas and Georgia, which are about 20 times. Texas is about 20 times the size of Connecticut. We've got more deaths in California. I think we just crossed 2,000 deaths and 20,000 cases, if I'm not mistaken. We have a Democrat governor here. The latest legislation that he passed was we have to wear masks when we go out into any stores in public. Now, that was just passed Monday night at 8 p.m. And you know what? Not one person is complaining about it. I haven't even heard one Trump supporter complain about this, because we take it seriously here. Just this morning, they were reporting in Windsor, Connecticut. I won't mention the specific name of the nursing home. There were 35 deaths in just one nursing home here in Connecticut. 35 in just one nursing home. The nursing home deaths, I believe, are about over 700. They comprise over 40% of the deaths here in Connecticut. We're losing the oldest generation. The greatest generation are dying right before our eyes here. So we tend to take it pretty seriously here. It's a very small state. We're a lot more connected, I think, than other states here. We know every town in this state. We know where we know people in almost every town. It's a very connected state. In my little town here, of about 6,000 to 7,000 people, I think we're up to at least 50 people that have contracted the coronavirus. I believe we've had 5 deaths in this little town already. The bigger town next door, Torrington, is in the hundreds. It's no joke here. It's no joke. There was a demonstration in Hartford. And we saw it on the news here, and it was all filled with the MAGA posters, the MAGA hats, the guys on Santa Claus on a Harley with his Trump 2020. So let me ask: is this really about? Is it about America, saving America? Is it about saving America's jobs? Is it about saving America's economy? Is it even about saving lives? No, it's not about any of that. It's simply about re-electing Donald Trump. That's all it's about. One last thing I want to cover too. Watching that rally from Hartford, I heard this screeching woman. God damn it, we've had enough. This is insane. What do you mean I have to wear a mask? And we've been stuck in our houses. My hair, I can't go to my hairdresser. And she is screeching, angry. God damn it, my rights are being taken away. Seriously, swear to God. And it strikes me. I've talked about this before, how Trump supporters are always so angry ever since the beginning. Back since 2015, I think it's a particular Trump and his propaganda and this cult, it affects a certain mindset. I really truly believe this. It affects people who are unhappy with their lives, that are pessimistic, that are negative. And like I've mentioned before, these people seem so intent on measuring themselves against the other people. And like I've told you guys 100 times, to me, that's a surefire way of living an unhappy life, is measuring yourself against other people. Like I've told you guys, for me, I swear to God, I'm happy just to be alive every day. And I just want to be better than I was yesterday. I do not care if I'm making as much money as the people I graduated with. I don't care if I'm driving as nice a car as my neighbor. I couldn't give a shit. How is that going to make me happy? How does that... I don't even understand how that works. But Trump supporters, the anger, and it's always about blaming something. This lady went on to blame Democrats. The Democratic governor keeping her hostage in her home, trying to take down Trump, socialist communism, and it's just ridiculous. I can't even believe it's serious. But like I was saying, the thing I want to focus on here is the negativity. We've been seeing this for 3.5 years. This anger, this raw anger, and it really seems like they're unhappy with their own lives. It truly almost looks like some kind of character flaw or mental condition. I'm not even kidding around. When I heard her screeching this morning, I knew right away what it was. I was making breakfast, and it's like, it's got to be a Trump supporter, and it was. You see those pictures from the rallies where they're all flipping off the cameras and always angry, talking about this is making America great. You'll have to excuse me if that's your great America. I'm gonna pass on it. Where in other circles you hear people discussing the pros and cons of universal income, or paying for healthcare, universal healthcare, universal tuition. When I'm talking about non-Trump supporters having intelligent conversations, trying to find solutions. To me, it's obvious. I don't understand. A lot of these Trump supporters claim they don't have time in their lives to read the specifics. They don't seem very knowledgeable on what's actually going on. It seems like any news they get, it's from Fox News, or it's from Trump's Twitter feed, or it's from some Facebook page. Shit kickers are us, or some Confederate backwoods white power Facebook page. Seriously, they don't seem to read a lot. And I don't mean to stereotype, but this all is just because of this screeching woman, and that's all I see is these angry Trump supporters. Why are they so angry? They won the election 3.5 years ago. You'd think they'd be joyous. Take for instance, I voted for Obama twice. I wasn't angry. He won. I thought he was doing a great job. Everything was going up from 2000 when he took office. Things just started going up and continued up all the way through 2016, and I couldn't have been happier. I wasn't flipping off people. There's a definite psychological difference between the two camps. It reminds me more and more of a cult. It scares, in a lot of ways, it truly scares me. I've told people that before. People will say, you hate Trump, but I call myself a Christian. How could you hate somebody? And a lot of times, if I think about it, it's more about fear of where this country is going, what it's becoming. We have the Attorney General of the United States threatening to sue our own governors because they're trying to protect people from a pandemic. Think about that. Are these governors really trying to take away people's rights? Do you think these governors are really trying? Do you think that's their intention? To lock people down? Keep them inside? we're the ones that are going to lose if we can't go to vote Donald Trump out. The Democrats lose just as much as everybody else. We're all in this together. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's nothing to be gained. Their intention, these governors' intention, is to save lives and protect the public, what they were hired for. Anyway, I'm sorry. I see I've rambled enough today. You guys have a good Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right.